All right, welcome to the Hydrated Life Lunch and Learn. I'm Patty McGee, your host, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 steps to make life simple again and to gain control. Okay, this isn't for the physically fit and those that have their life all together. This is for the rest of us, like me and you, that struggle to keep your life together and to move forward. So I'm just going to give you 5 simple steps. And when we engage in life, sometimes we struggle. We see people who are better than us, but then again, we see people who are struggling and have it worse than us. And how do we find that balance to move forward, to keep our life healthy, happy, whole, and just enjoy the things around us without taking on what other people throw at us? Because there's so much out there that we could be more, we could do this, we could do that, we don't agree. So let's get into making our life simple and blocking out the rest of the noise. So, what made me think of this topic? Well, I was on vacation last week and I had the pleasure of staying in a 4-star hotel, which I had never really stayed in. And I got to see my life in a different view. And one other access that I had that I haven't had for over 5 years was cable TV. And it made me so sick to see what was on there, number one, to see that it's all just junk and garbage that we keep consuming. We consume it like we eat fast food. And the only thing that I watched 2 sessions of was The Voice, and then my sister watched the Today Show. And I was like, wow, people really live this way. And it reminded me of back when people watched soap operas, the days of our lives and all that. And people got envisioned with these men and families and I was like, no, let's get back to the simple life. The simple life of who we are on a daily basis. And when it becomes overwhelming, what can we do? Okay. So we have a multitude of responsibilities and decisions and distractions that we face daily between social media, our family, and our work. So, amongst this chaos, there's an innate desire for just plain simplicity, balance, and control. So, I'm going to give you these 5 steps to declutter your life and gain that much needed control that you need. So, let's start with the first one, and that's called embrace minimalism. How do we embrace minimalism? Well, look around your house. What does it look like? How does it feel? Do you have an attic filled with clutter? Do you have a basement filled with things you could throw out? A garage that you can't even get your car into? You need to get rid of it. Is it easy? No. I'm going to share a quick story with you. I had an attic full of stuff that I moved from one house to an apartment. And then I had to downsize to another apartment, and I only had a 5x8 storage. Now I had 22 bins of toys for my one son that I had. Yep, one. I had every paper from the time he was born, from the hospital to his baptismal to everything he had done. And I had asked him, because we're supposed to save these special moments, these special things, right? They all mean stuff. And I said to my son, Dylan, what do you want from this? He goes, nothing, Mom. That's on you. And I was like, what do you mean you don't want any of your childhood memories? The 22 bins, the 500 action figures, the wrestling figures that I had, the Legos, the Ninja Turtle, all of it. I mean, it was so well played with. Some of it you wouldn't even get a penny for, maybe $1. So I, not going to lie, I cried. I was like, my son, all this stuff. He doesn't want any of it. Nothing for his future kids. Nothing. How could you dare not want any of it? And so I proceeded to go up in the attic and bring everything down into my hallway of my apartment. And then I took garbage bags up there and I just went and I just started shoving all these old cards, all these old papers into this garbage bag. And again, I'm not going to lie, I cried, I bawled. I was like, oh my God, his life is just getting thrown away. But after I did it, I donated over 200 stuffed animals to a local fund that sends books and stuffed animals to kids dealing with cancer. And I donated over 200 children's books that he had. And I realized you could get those books online still today. Dr. Seuss, they don't go anywhere. They're still here. So if he wants them for his children. So as I started giving everything away and minimalizing my life to move into this 5x8 storage, it was like this weight was lifted off my shoulders. I was carrying on a generation of stuff that people tell us we should do, right? Keep those books, keep those videos, unless you have them in the original package or they're in really great shape, they're really not worth anything. A couple bucks, okay? So embrace minimalism. Create your physical space so that you can move in it freely. Have a few things that you desire. So now I have a chest or a cabinet that I have a few things of Dylan's that he made that I keep, and a few Christmas things that I keep. And I couldn't be happier because I have moved 5 times and I don't have to lug all that stuff with me. Okay? Digitally detox when you're minimalizing. Okay? What do you really need in your life from your phone, from your TV, from your computer? So start stepping back from some of these things. I'll be honest with you, over a year ago, I shut off all my notifications on my phone, even my text notifications, because I looked back on my life and my parents' life. And although I share stories about it, my mom slept really good. And the reason she slept really good was because she didn't have all these distractions. Yes, she had 5 kids, but she didn't let it bother her. If the phone rang in the middle of the night, she answered it. If it didn't, then she slept great. And today we have iPads, iPhones, watches. The number of people that take and tuck their phone under their chest while they're massaging, or they keep their watch on and they keep watching it. They can't even relax for a 50-minute massage without checking their phone. We wonder why work has control over us, why our kids have control over us, why nobody trusts each other. It's because you have all of this stuff that you feel you have to have, and you don't need any of it. I refuse to get a watch. I've never worn a watch, to be honest, to begin with. I'm not a jewelry person. I'm not a bracelet person. So I wear it to special functions. I've got a necklace on today to do this presentation, but as soon as I go upstairs, it'll come off. My earrings will come off. My rings will come off. It's just to make me present myself better. So minimalize your digital detoxes. Most people who can't sleep, you can't sleep because you're monitoring your sleep and it's telling you you can't sleep. So now you can't sleep more because you're trying to monitor it more. Figure it out. Get rid of some of that stuff and sleep peacefully in your night. Okay? So the first step, embrace minimalism. Get your physical space under control. Spend 15 minutes a day organizing it. And that probably comes funny from somebody that had to have people come over and help her get rid of stuff. But today I can tell you to spend 15 minutes a day and minimize your life and get rid of your paperwork, get rid of things that you're holding on to that you have memories in your heart from. That's all you need is the memories in your heart and in your mind, the good ones. Pull them up. They're there. Okay? Second one, simple nutrition. When you go out and you look digitally on the internet, every diet out there is out there and it works, right? There's proof that every diet works. If you do the Mediterranean, it works. If you do all these other special ones that people have going on that even I've tried. I've tried them all, but I love food. So get simple nutrition in you. So your whole foods. Focus on consuming your fruits, your vegetables, your lean proteins, and your whole grains. Clean out your cupboard. If you were to come look in my cupboard, you are not going to find a whole shelf of junk, and you're not going to find a whole shelf of canned foods. Now, if you are limited on money, financially, canned goods are good for you. Okay. So don't go and throw them away. But the more whole food you can eat, the healthier you will be. Okay. So try and add a salad with your lunch and your dinner. That'll give you calories that you need. It'll fill you up more so you don't eat everything else that's junk afterwards. If you feel you need a little snack afterwards, get a little piece of chocolate. Get the thins now. They got Reese's thins and peppermint thins and, all kinds of little thin things. And eat just one and put it away. Okay. Plan ahead. If you can prepare your meals ahead of time. Yes, we're busy with families and kids and all of that kind of stuff, but you can still plan. If you think about when you go home and if you make dinner and while dinner's cooking, you make lunch for the next day for you or for your husband or for your kids, you killed two birds with one stone, as they say. Okay. I make enough food so I have leftovers for the next day. I am not a leftover person other than the next day because of trauma, and I laugh trauma of my father's. Don't throw them away. I'll eat them tomorrow. Mashed potatoes, where he left them in the refrigerator for weeks and they grew mold and smelled and all of that kind of stuff. And to this day, I think my whole family is scarred from that because we always laugh about it and talk about it. And then the third thing with simple nutrition, stay hydrated. Water is your simplest form. You can add lemons, you can add limes, you can add berries, you can make cucumbers. There's all kinds of ways to make water taste good. I like it plain, I like it room temperature, but that's me. Some people like it cold, some people like it flavored. Okay, and there's all kinds out there. You can get it at the store also. Don't overthink it. I don't drink tap water just because I don't like the taste of it. So I get filtered water. I have a Brita. I know some people say they're not even good for you, but I'm not dead yet. So make it as simple as possible for you. Quit listening to everybody else unless it's detrimental to your health and just make it simple. Okay. Meat, potato, vegetables, just like we did decades ago before we got all this fast food and all these fast meals and everything. Go back to home cooked meals, eating healthy. If you have to grab a chicken from your grocery store, those are excellent. They even have mashed potatoes there and they're usually real. Okay, they're not the fake box stuff. So grab that kind of meal before you grab anything frozen. Okay, that won't benefit you. Thirdly, we're going to incorporate 3 key exercises. Okay, cardio is first. Okay, taking a brisk walk. If you like to jog, jog. If you like to go cycling, cycle. But they improve your heart health and boost your endorphins, which are a natural mood lifter. So if you find that you're always down, get out, do some jumping jacks. If you got up every day and did 20 jumping jacks, start your day. Wonderful way to start your day. Okay? 20 jumping jacks. You can't do jumping jacks? Do high knees. Just bring your knees up high like this. Okay? Something to get that heart going. If you can't move your legs very well, do your arms. Okay? And with exercise, you don't have to go to a gym. Yes, it's nice because you can connect with people. Okay, I do encourage that, especially if you're lonely. But if you're okay, you're working with people, you're out there, you just want to do something at home, I suggest you get some bands. Okay, so if you go to Walmart, not this band you won't get, but you'll get a red one like this, and you can buy the door anchor and for less than $15, and you can hook it onto your door. And then you can use that to create a routine. So I've hooked up a green band here, and 2 of the best exercises you could do, because the 2 main areas that are important for you are A, your glute muscles in your butt, and B, your core muscles in your abdomen. Okay, that is the foundation of what holds us up. And when we can create strong, then we move better, we feel better, and we function better. So I'm going to show you how to use a band, because if you haven't exercised, you don't have good balance, you want to get a band to help you. So the first one is just a squat. Okay, hold it tight. And you can even get a good depth with this. Down, push up through your legs and your glute. down. Okay, simple exercise. Put it over your door with the door anchor that I told you to get. Do 10 to 20 of them 3 times a week. Build up that strength in your glute and your butts. Make sure you squeeze your glutes when you push back up through the heels of your feet. Balance your feet on the ground and push up. Okay. The next one is a lunge. Okay. You're just going to do the same thing. Step back, lunge down and back up. Down and back up. If you do 10 on each leg, that'll give you 20. Another great exercise. You're done in 10 minutes, right? Like, how hard is that? Now, if you have pain in the middle of your back in here, a good exercise for that, same band. You're just going to pull out and you're just going to do rows with it. Okay, so 3 simple exercises right there that you can do at home with less than $15. You can order it on Amazon if you don't want to go to Walmart. Okay, so that's strength training. So you have cardio, do jumping jacks, brisk walk, mountain climbers in your house. If you push up against, the counter or your coffee table and then just bring your knees forward. Perfect exercise. There's so many you can do. Just go look at body weight exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, all of that. That's perfect for you to get started. Okay, this program is just to get started. Okay, this video. And the last one's flexibility. Very important to include stretching into or yoga into your routine. It increases your flexibility, but it also reduces stress and calms the mind. So I do yoga. I can say I do yoga, even though I'm a Christian. Yes, I know where the root comes from, but stretching is stretching. Okay, I like the 12 sun salutations. You do 6 moves forwards and backwards, helps you out, and you're good to go. Takes you 5 to 10 minutes, if that. Okay, so a good stretch, bend over, touch your toes. You don't have to worry about keeping your back flat. You can round when you go down to touch your toes. Okay, so do some good stretching. The 4th is mental strategy, mindful meditation. Again, begin small. Most people try to step right into meditation and try to do 20 minutes and you lose focus and you don't prepare. So study it, learn videos on it. Whether you're Christian and you want to meditate on the scriptures of the Bible, or if you just want to meditate with peacefulness, just sit. You want to sit up straight, hold your core tight, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and then let all your thoughts pass through you. Don't get stuck on any of them. Just let them pass through, let them go. Okay. And just begin for 5 minutes. Focus on that breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, in on a count of 4, out on a count of 4. Mix it up. You can do 6, you can do 8. Again, there's a ton of breathing exercises out there in the world. Just start and learn to breathe through your nose and out your mouth. That's what brings us stress. When we breathe in through our mouth, that's where people start having panic attacks because we hold everything here then and we're not breathing the air through our body. Okay, so in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just nice mindfulness. Again, pray on the scriptures of the Bible or whatever you desire, whatever the desire of your heart is. Okay, be consistent. Make it a daily habit, and over time you can build. There's different ways you can build your meditation. Open up your third eye, hear from God. Whatever you want to do, you can describe it. What works for you. Okay, and then expand your horizons. Okay, once you're comfortable, explore other meditation techniques, like loving kindness or body scan or to enhance your experience. Again, these are more experienced ones. Go online, look them up, And I just want you to do the basics. Just sit there 5 minutes a day. And as people say, woosah. Okay, so that's the fourth one. So far we've embraced minimalism, cleaned up our physical space, and doing a digital detox. Then we're going to attack simple nutrition, your whole foods, your fruits, your vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. You're going to incorporate 3 key exercises: cardio, whether it's jogging, jumping jacks, brisk walk, whatever you like to do. Strength training, I just showed you at home body strength training, squats, lunges, rows. Get a band. I highly recommend a band for beginners to build that strength up. And then mindfulness, start small, 5 minutes a day, let your thoughts go, learn to breathe in through your nose and out your mouth. And then the last one is key: prioritize your boundaries with yourself and with people. Learn to say no to things you don't want to do. Don't feel guilty. If you don't want to go to a party, don't go. If you don't want to go to Thanksgiving, don't go. Okay? People have to learn to understand that it's okay. When I was reading Changes That Heal by Henry Cloud, one of the stories in there was this woman that didn't want to go to Thanksgiving dinner. She wanted to do something, but the tradition was you always went with the family. And you asked me, I always had trouble with that. I always wanted the family together. But in the last 5 years since coming to Georgia and maturing and understanding that sometimes people break tradition, and it's okay. It truly is okay. Everybody survives. Yes, you miss them, but it's okay. So learn to say no. It's essential to recognize when you're stretching yourself too thin, politely decline tasks or events that don't align with your priorities. The next one's time management. How many of you are really good at scheduling your time and completing tasks throughout the day? Okay, I have struggled with this myself. Use your calendar. I still like a written calendar just because it helps me see it on paper rather than my phone trying to scroll through it. But that's what works for me. But you have AI now. I encourage you to embrace ChatGPT and other AIs that can set a schedule for you in 5 minutes instead of you sitting there and then print it out. You tell them what tasks you have, and it will set it for you. I've really embraced AI. So if I can embrace it, you can embrace it. Okay. But allocate specific blocks of time for your tasks. Get them done. Don't let distractions stop you. So when you set a task that you want to do, if you want to do gardening from 10 to noon, shut your phone off, put some music on, and don't let other people interrupt you. Okay. Make sure you have time for self-care and relaxation. So I hope you found this beneficial today. Hi, Linda Dunn Ostrander. Good to see you, girl. By integrating these steps in your daily life, you'll be on your way to a more straightforward, controlled, and fulfilling life. Remember, the journey to simplicity is a continuous process. To be patient and persistent. So take these 5 steps, make your life more simple, get rid of things that no longer serve you, and live a more hydrated life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in a couple weeks because I'm on vacation again next week. Have a blessed day.